With financial issues can be difficult, but there are resources and companies that can help ease the stress and the strain.
Companies like Clean Start Law Firm, who are working to help you recover from financial problems and make a clean financial start. Here to tell us more is our friend Lucas Garcia. Always nice to have you, Lucas. If someone's suffering from financial difficulty, you know, they're feeling the stress, they're worried about it all the time, what do you think is the first thing that they should do?
The first thing that a person should do once they've realized that their normal income, their normal expenses are starting to not meet their needs is they need to seek out professional help. Specifically, I think it's best for them to go straight to a bankruptcy attorney, come straight to a law office and find out what is the final outcome of taking this step, because this step is and can be the most helpful. It could be very preventative. You come to see an attorney who tells you you don't need to do some of the damaging things that you might have thought you needed to do before filing bankruptcy. They'll be able to tell you, are you in a situation where you have a way out, where you have something that's not going to be bankruptcy related? And some attorneys, of course, ones who practice in more than just bankruptcy, are firms that can assist people not only with bankruptcy but also with those other solutions.
So you suggest when you think that you're in a bind to seek help and guidance immediately.
I think it's quintessential to do that. If you don't seek out advice immediately, you may make faulty decisions because we're just deciding based on what we know. I mean, and when we've gotten ourselves into a situation where we're no longer bringing in enough income, or situations that weren't our fault, you know, we lose a little bit of hours at work, we lose some overtime, we get hit by a furlough. We all know that word pretty well around the Sacramento area. So, you know, that happens, and when one of those unexpected things happens, you need folks who have dealt with other people's unexpected issues.
And you guys also do other services other than bankruptcy. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Sure, absolutely. We also work in real estate with financially distressed homeowners. We do debt negotiations and various other kinds of settlement negotiations for people who have, you know, maybe a smaller number of debts or just have some assets that they could use to cover a few of their debts but need to find a way to do that in the most affordable way.
Lucas, what are some of the things that people don't know about bankruptcy?
I think one of the number one mistakes or maybe lack of information that people have about bankruptcy is that you are not required to be destitute before you go in to see an attorney. You're not required to be living in a cardboard box under an overpass just to come into an office for an attorney and just to file bankruptcy. I mean, a lot of people don't even know that you know, some of the wealthiest investors in the nation will use things like a Chapter 11 bankruptcy, for example, to consolidate and liquidate, you know, non-performing debts. There's a lot of things out there that people don't know about bankruptcy before they come in. I mean, there's some very famous names on some very famous TV shows out there who file bankruptcy.
We know who you're speaking about. Let's talk. Maybe if you're not in that particular.
Maybe he'll fire me.
What about if you have a home? Are a lot of people worried about that? What happens to my home if I file? Can I hold on to it?
People are definitely worried about it, and in most cases, I mean 99% of the folks that have ever come into our offices for a consultation about bankruptcy who have homes, there has been nothing that has put their home in danger at all. That you can have a home, you can file, you can keep your home, and you can continue living your life just without those burdensome debts that are keeping you from making your obligations or even just enjoying life.
Now, what kind of debt can bankruptcy get rid of? Because sometimes when you do get in that bind, it kind of snowballs and affects all areas of your life.
Sure, absolutely. Well, first of all, the main type of debt that bankruptcy is designed to get rid of is what we would call unsecured debts. Your things like medical bills, credit card bills, personal loans. You could be looking at debts that were acquired by private money lenders, hard money lenders as they call them sometimes. You could be looking at secured debts as well, like cars, boats, RVs, or even a home that has become too financially burdensome and you must get rid of, or else you won't be able to continue to make your other real necessities, you know, food, clothing, shelter type necessities.
Sure.
And you guys are saying how important it is to file immediately. Do some people maybe tap into the retirement before they come to you and maybe look at that as a way to try to pay off some debt?
It is definitely a mistake to be made if people do it. It's something that is completely protected in the bankruptcy process. You've got that 401k, that IRA, you've got your PERS or some other kind of pension account that is not yet at all accessible by you, and those are going to be completely protected in the process of the bankruptcy, and you should never have to tap that. If you're ever at a place where you're considering tapping into those retirement funds, then you should seek out legal counsel immediately.
Okay, what's the first step?
First step is to call our law offices, or go to our website at cleanstartlawfirm.com. Go over there and set yourself up for a free consultation with one of our attorneys. We'll be happy to sit down with you and go over what your options are and find out if bankruptcy is the best solution in your financial situation.
Okay, and if you want to see this sharp-looking guy, he's in the Folsom office.
Well, thank you very much. Yes, please feel free. Call up today, right now.
Thank you, Lucas.
All right, thank you, Lucas.
Well, we just heard some great advice for those needing to make a financial clean start.
And right after the break, we're going to find out what